I woke up in a cold sweat, my heart pounding in my chest. It had been a restless night, filled with nightmares and strange sounds that echoed through my dreams. Shaking off the remnants of sleep, I glanced around the unfamiliar room. The morning light filtered through the dusty windows, casting eerie shadows on the peeling wallpaper. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was horribly wrong. Rewind back to a week ago, when my friends and I decided to book a weekend getaway through Airbnb. We were enticed by the idea of staying in unique and quirky accommodations, wanting to add a dash of adventure to our otherwise mundane lives. Little did we know that our decision would lead us down a path of unimaginable horror. The first house we rented was a charming cottage nestled deep within the woods. The owner, an elderly man with a twisted smile, welcomed us with open arms. He seemed pleasant enough, but his eyes held a sinister glimmer. Ignoring our unease, we settled into the cozy cabin, eager to unwind. It was during our first night that things began to unravel. I awoke to the sound of footsteps echoing through the house, despite the fact that everyone was fast asleep. My heart raced as I tiptoed down the creaky wooden staircase, my breath caught in my throat. As I reached the bottom step, the footsteps abruptly ceased. The house was silent, but the air felt thick with an unexplainable presence. I hurried back to my room, vowing to brush it off as mere imagination. The next evening, we moved to a different rental-age sprawling mansion rumored to be haunted. The moment we stepped through the ornate front doors, a chill ran down my spine. The air inside was heavy, filled with an oppressive energy. We laughed off the eerie ambience, chalking it up to an overactive imagination. But we were soon proven wrong. As the night grew darker, we gathered in the grand library, sharing ghost stories and laughing nervously. Suddenly, a book flew off the shelf, narrowly missing one of my friends. We froze in terror, our eyes locked on the empty space where the book once rested. An invisible force seemed to toy with us, its presence growing stronger by the second. Panic consumed us as we dashed towards the exit, desperate to escape the clutches of the malevolent spirits. Each rental we encountered seemed to have its own dark secret. We found ourselves in a dilapidated farmhouse plagued by whispers that carried on the wind. The whispers grew louder each night, filling our dreams with haunting messages. We stayed in an abandoned hospital where we were tormented by apparitions of the deceased, their hollow eyes watching our every move. We even rented a luxurious penthouse that turned out to be a haven for vengeful poltergeists, throwing objects across the room with reckless abandon. With each terrifying experience, our sanity began to crack. We were no longer the carefree adventurers seeking a thrill, we were trapped in a nightmare of our own making. The lines between reality and horror blurred, leaving us in a perpetual state of fear. It was in the final rental, an isolated cabin high in the mountains, that we confronted the true source of our torment. The cabin itself was unassuming, but the host had a reputation for being eccentric. We dismissed the warnings, thinking they were nothing more than tall tales. How wrong we were. The first night in the cabin, we found a locked door in the basement. Curiosity got the better of us, and we ventured inside, determined to uncover its secrets. The room was filled with ancient artifacts, symbols etched into the walls. As we examined them, a presence materialized before us, a creature born from nightmares and darkness. Its eyes glowed with malevolence, and its voice echoed through the chamber, promising an eternity of suffering. In that moment, I realized that our quest for adventure had led us down a treacherous path. We had unknowingly stumbled upon a series of locations tainted by unspeakable horrors. The Airbnb rentals had become gateways to a realm beyond our understanding, a realm where our fears took shape and hunted us relentlessly. As I sit here now, recounting these tales of terror, I can't help but feel a chill creeping up my spine. The horrors we experienced will forever haunt my dreams, a constant reminder of the darkness that lurks beneath the surface of the mundane. I caution you, dear reader, to tread carefully when seeking thrills and excitement. For in the shadows, something sinister waits, ready to claim unsuspecting souls in its eternal grasp.